For as long as I've known my friend Roscoe, he's been talking about the Baldy Gold Rush Trail and traveling it by 4x4. The trail dates back to the 1870s and has been traveled by few in the last several decades. It is overgrown. The bridges are collapsing or have crumbled. And it will take days of trail work and overcoming challenges to make it to the gold rush town of Manson Creek. But we're up for the challenge. This kind of adventure,
I got one hand.
this is what we love to do. My name is Sean, and this is the story till now.
Bottom section is a lot of cutting, apparently from what we heard, and the upper section is lots of creek crossings, and the Beaver Dam is apparently right around here.
And there's some kind of bridge there.
There is a bridge there that apparently is built quite well and should be wide enough for a truck. That was the way in 1873, and
Right.
in 1939 the military came in and they widened it out, made it a bit easier to travel just so they can haul the equipment in up to the mines.
But before we could even get on the trail, Braun's rig was having some transmission issues.
A lot of metal filings. But it's not serious bad yet. I haven't seen any chunks come out. Maybe we can change it and we'll get away with it, who knows. I've seen worse. It's not like the magnet's fully covered. Sort of. It's not big chunks. They're shiny though. And metallic. Let's try it out.
Braun's refilling the transmission oil right now, transmission fluid, and we're gonna see how it's looking. Our concern is that maybe the truck's not gonna make it, but it could also be nothing, and if he fills it up, it could be good to go. So we're gonna find out, but if the truck dies in the middle of the trail, it's gonna be not a good time. So this is one of our main challenges. All these little red dots here you can see on Onyx Off-Road, these are all wildfires. So we're headed somewhere around here. There's not a whole lot of fires here, but there is these guys on the surrounding sides. We're gonna have to be super careful, keep an eye on this fire map. We have to make sure we're not in a situation where we get trapped in the trail, because we're gonna be cutting through a trail. It's gonna be one way in, one way out. If a fire were to flare up behind us, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
We have coordinates for where we think we can get into the trail from this forestry road, but we're not 100% sure of the location. When we get there, we'll have to find the trail. It's a long way in with a lot of uncertainty.
Going slow, I got zero visibility. I think we've got about 150 kilometers on this fairly smooth but dusty dirt road we've got to make to get to the start of the trail. So we're just hauling.
Well, the trail comes out over there, but there's the way that's the old trail is right there, but it does cross this creek, so.
How's the truck holding up?
I told him, yes, fourth gear seems to work good if everybody keeps it up to fourth gear speed.
Before long, we had located the over 100-year-old trail. We'd have to cut our way in. Luckily, we have the hardest working crew you could ask for.
So I don't know what you guys are gonna do. Like,
Probably end up running chains.
sucks for you too, because nobody's running chainsaw for you, but I got somebody who's gonna run chainsaw for me. I'm not gonna do all. I'm not even gonna get out of my behind my steering wheel. I'm just gonna sit there and.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're the story till now guy. You're gonna record it all for posterity.
It's fairly open. We just got to cut a little bit there to get in. Like, we got to cut like 4 trees to get in, and then it's good for about 1.5 kilometers. It looks like it's fairly wide. There's just a bunch of little guys like this that are dead here and there. You're there, but you push them over with your hand, kick them over. It's all burnt.
All right,
So we're looking good.
let's do it.
Yeah. We walk up here. I don't think there's much more we gotta take out.
The road.
There's the road. We found it. Years after years, we finally found it.
At first, it looked like things were going to be pretty smooth. It wouldn't be long, though, before we ran into large amounts of fallen trees.
Got a bit of a minefield here of trees. We're gonna need everyone here.
Cut up here. It'd be nice if we had a little opening spot that could fucking empty.
Timber.
Woo!
Yeah, it's been non-stop cutting for a while on this trail. Hopefully, we're making progress, getting somewhere.
This is the hardest part of a trail like this, because you're exhausting your energy, and it also consumes your biggest limited resource: time.
I'll see how ugly this is. There's a corduroy bridge kind of right through as we go through here.
Yep.
Feel it. It's pretty good. It's all smooth sailing up here.
Cool little log bridge going through a little shallow creek. That was pretty cool. It was kind of falling apart, but we just sort of plowed through it. It's a good time so far. Totally reminded me of the Alexander Mackenzie, which is great.
Are we falling and slipping? Looks like it's cut. Gotta find the trail here, it's hard to find.
I think this is probably that spot we were looking at, or that field down there to our left, maybe. Is that thing two-wheel drive?
Oh, we're low. Not get in the front?
You're not getting any front.
Never speak too soon.
Thought it was gonna be easy, huh?
Thought it was gonna be not bad.
It was getting late in the day, and we decided to just find the flattest section of trail we could and set up camp.
Hey, someone souped up their... artifacts.
All right. That's day one on the Baldy. Tomorrow we'll get a fresh start. Keep cutting our way through and we'll see how it goes. We've allotted 5 days for this trail. Might need more, might need less. Look at Kate. She's wearing like a hazmat suit for the bugs. If you're wondering why I'm sitting inside the truck, pretty much as soon as you get out, you just get swarmed with bugs. It's brutal. Apparently we've got some stuff to deal with down trail here tomorrow. For now, we've set up camp. Let's see what we're dealing with here. I hear running water. Oh, a sketchy bridge, my favorite. Yeah, it's not even deep.
Just a little winch. No, it's just a winch out and then get reset.
If this bridge wasn't even here, we could get through this.
It would be easier.
It'd be easier without the bridge. But it's kind of cool. Morning.
Morning. Going a day.
Not bad.
Pretty pumped.
Pretty pumped.
Pretty pumped if we make it to the Beaver Dam.
Well, how's it going today, Sean?
Pretty good.
Excited for another day of chainsaws?
I can't wait. Oh, you got a gold pan too?
Yeah, I figured I'd go. There was some nice sand looking in that creek there.
Oh yeah? I brought one too.
I don't think I'm very good at it, but
Me
we'll
too.
find out.
Oh, no. Stop, plate.
Bacon. All right, guys, day 2 on the Baldy. Day 3 of our trip total. We got to go cross this sketchy bridge, and we were about, I think we determined we've done 2 of 25 kilometers so far that we have to get through of this kind of overgrown section before we should get into a section that is a little bit more clear. And then we have to go around some kind of giant beaver dam or something. It's going to be a long day. We got to get started.
First order of business on day 2, after bacon for breakfast of course, is crossing the sketchy log bridge. The bridge, surprisingly, was extremely stable. It had clearly been well built, despite its current state. Beyond camp, the trail became incredibly tight. My truck is the widest of the group at 7 feet in width, making some of the squeezes quite difficult.
Good news is this is the heavily burned section on satellite imagery that I was worried about. It doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, perfect. It's this is the best we've had.
see here on this Onyx satellite imagery, kind of getting out of this burned area and into more green areas. The satellite data is from this month, so it should be pretty accurate. Still some more burned areas to get through. This one up here might be not fun.
At some points, it became difficult to even find our way through to the next part of the trail.
Look at that.
Maybe, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Then. Yeah, that's why I figured I'd get these to cut this out so we can see where they're going. That'll help, yep.
It's a good time, brother. Type 2 fun.
We had quite the pond here that we had to cross, and so we just trimmed some of the trees on the side so we get some tires on land, because otherwise it gets pretty deep. Bronze tires were in there pretty good, so should be a little bit less spectacular when I go across. Should be.
Torn a brake line.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of half of what the gunner is. That's all the straight.
First damage of the trail. Bronze ripped a brake line out of his rear axle, so we're going to pull it off to the side of the trail here and see if we can repair it. He's got a spare brake line. Hopefully not too much of a consequential issue here. We're pretty deep in the middle of nowhere. It's a long way down. Bring your Jordans?
Tip the rock over. Tire must have kicked it right into the brake line perfectly, stabbed it off. That was nice, very nice.
So that's a brake line for a Samurai?
Yeah, it should be pretty close to it, I hope. That's good, right? I don't even know if I got down on that end. I got one end. Oh, come on now. I'm gonna need a fitting like this. Like this one. Hey, oh!
You got something to crimp it off?
Yeah, well, I got these things, right?
Ah. All right, we are rolling. It's overgrown in here.
Sean, let us know if you can get through those trees.
I'm through.
The ones we just went through?
That's tight.
We had to make this super wide for everyone to fit through. So we just did like 100 meters of super widening. And then I gotta go through a swamp, which I'm gonna go through here in a couple minutes. As soon as Malcolm's done this one tree, and then it looks like we get into this other shit that's like more open, but there's shit down, so.
The environment surrounding us here was amazing. I kept expecting a moose to just pop out of the water in the distance.
Made it to Forest Service Road that crosses through the trail. The other side of the Forest Service Road, the trail is like non-stop cutting of giant logs. From the map we're looking at, it looks like we can bypass this section and pop back into the trail further up. Since we're a little bit behind on time, it makes sense to kind of bypass a section of the trail if we can. But we'll have to see what it looks like when we get up there to see if we can even get back into the trail. But that's the only way we're going to make it to the end, is if we bypass this section that looks like it's just like thousands of fallen trees. So there's a bridge that's been pulled here and kind of filled in, but looks like we should be able to handle it.
Send it.
You're on a rock on your, just on the bottom of your door. I'd back up and go a little more that way.
Luckily for us, they did a poor job deactivating this road when they finished logging here. It was fairly easy to cross and continue on.
All right, we just made our way through this crazy cut block. Through some washouts and whatnot, and we thought we'd have to cut our way to the trail maybe, but as it would turn out, here it is. It's narrow, and we got logs to cut, but looks like maybe there's an open area a little bit further up, so we'll see what we can do. hope is, now that we're back on the trail, if we can get to where this stream is, maybe there'll be an opening there to camp, or up on one of these spots up here.
Yeah, it's ugly up here.
Okay, this trail mix is fantastic.
Yay!
Work to it. Good morning from the Baldy Trail. It is day 3 of this trip. Day 3 on the trail. Found ourselves a nice logging cut here to camp, kind of get a little bit above the trail and into some wind where the bugs are a little better last night, although this morning they're awful. But this is what it is. We've got about, I don't know, 20 kilometers or so I think to go of the trail, which doesn't sound like much, but actually is quite far when you're cutting your way through trail. So we are back on the trail. This is crazy.
Tight through here. Doesn't get better, I can tell you that.
So the trail is about quad width, which is what the intel that we had was saying, because the last crew that came through here in like 2010 on quads and cleared the trail was on quads. So it's super tight, which means super slow going, super hard to get past all of the trucks in front of me with the chainsaw and get up to the front and start chainsawing. And we just have so far to go still. If you look at Onyx here, you can see, we got to go through this long, deeply forested zone. Then there's some kind of campground here. I don't know if that's going to be worth stopping at. And then we still got to keep going all the way to around here. And then I think it should be smooth from there up to Manson Creek.
But before we could get much further, we had arrived at the Beaver Dam we'd heard about, and there was nothing left of the bridge.
No fault. There's wood in there, but you got to be on the right pieces of wood to make it across.
Well, how deep are we talking?
Dog can't touch.
So maybe 3 feet, 2 feet? It can't be more than 2 feet. It's not that wide.
There's sticks and there's logs and shit in there. You should be able to drive across. Hopefully.
Is he walking now? Crush me.
Pretty much.
She's walk swimming.
Yeah, she's
Okay, well,
rolling up a lot of mud.
If that's happening, can you grab me my saw and pass it to these guys, and I'll go cut those trees up there. And it's wide up there, Sean. And they've cut it for truck,
Sweet.
so it's wide and it's cut truck width.
So it could be game on once we get across
We
here.
just have to get across this one.
Due to the depth of the water, we decided cutting through the Beaver Dam and draining the pond a bit was the only way forward for some of the lower rigs in our group.
Beaver's no match for you.
You won't have to.
Neither is mine. I already have my snorkel right now.
That's really deep there.
Yep.
Back up a little bit more and bump it. Lost your chainsaw. Alright, we made it past the Beaver Dam. That was a significant marker on our trail that we knew about, that we weren't sure if we were going to be able to pass, but it turned out to be not too bad. From here, the trail is a little bit more cleared, but there's still deadfall. So I believe this section of trail was supposed to have been cleared in 2022. So not that long ago, 2 years ago. So it should be a little smoother sailing, which I hope it is, because we have a lot of thick forest to make our way through, and there's no going back.
So far, so good, although every time I say that, it's not. But so far, it looks pretty good up here.
Hey, stop saying so far so good.
You're jinxing us.
It's against the rules.
Okay, I will stop. Furthest I've gone so far without having to cut a tree, so that's nice.
things were looking up. The trail seemed mostly clear, at least for a while.
Gonna have to cut a bunch of trees up here again, so gonna need help.
See, Manson Creek is right here on the map. We are over here. This is what we've traveled. We still have to go about as far as we've already gone today.
A little bit ahead, we've arrived at a water crossing with a very sketchy log bridge.
It's only half a log, by the way, guys. that I grabbed. I was going to drop off that and be home.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Got it. Yeah, you're up.
Need to refig, put that log there, and then put the map on, and just like I did with.
Some of the guys are opting for trying to cross the creek, while Braun and I are thinking bridge, with a little beefing up first, of course.
Like you won't have to.
No. Is there another big rock?
There's another. I'm standing on the big rock.
You gotta climb.
But you're from here. He's probably gonna win. Now you're gonna drop. Okay, this way. Keep going. Keep going. Straighten out. Okay, now you're gonna touch on the rock. Pop it a little bit, but there's a big rock right here. Big rock, but you're gonna probably crawl right over it. Looks like you're gonna clear it. Now you're gonna have to give it a little bit of a thought. Not doing good. Nice. Keep rolling. Back tire's perfect. Keep rolling. Perfect. Good job, buddy.
Oh, you
Knock it up just a little bit.
That's good. Go forward.
Little goose. Extra driving.
One will.
Because there is
They'll be like, sorry, dude.
They all come off and go over. Okay, Okay, you're gonna drop here pretty quick on this side. Coming. You're gonna drop. You're good. Okay, you're good. Coming. All right. Coming.
That's a steel line.
Yeah. You're probably gonna drive right up.
After some work while the others crossed the creek, it was time to test the bridge.
That way, yeah. That's good. This way, Rich. There you go. Great. Come this way, Vince. Good.
She doesn't have any cars for it.
I love a good sketchy bridge crossing in the evening. Woo! That was great. We're almost at camp.
All right, found a place just off of the trail to set up camp. I'm gonna get up into the camper behind my screen and hang out where bugs can't get me. All right, day 3 on the Baldy. Guys headed out a little bit before I woke up, so I'm gonna catch up to them.
Yeah, and when I was...
Little valve stem repair going on here.
Yeah, it's
A few
looking good
trees
now.
here and there, but
And I was just reading the emails that he sent me, and he said he was up, so the email was July 7th, and he said he was up there, or July 14th, and he was up there the week before.
so it should be fairly clear.
And the junction's right there.
Heck yeah,
So hopefully,
it's happening.
I reread the note about the logging road, and he says it comes out at 16, and he said you should be good to get out to Manson as long as the bridges are still in. So,
Bridges haven't stopped us this far.
this is true.
Yeah, it's like sub-alpine almost. Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, it's rad up here. Trail looks amazing up here. Now that Malcolm's got the smooth ride of air down and tires, he's like gone. Perfect, will be Chainsaw Boy today. And I don't think there's going to be anything to cut up here. This trip is well traveled. Awesome.
stop and take a picture here.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Looks like we're about 5 minutes away from the summit. Probably less than that. Remember, boys and girls, stay on the trail. We are now in the Alpine.
All right, we've made it to the summit of Baldy Mountain. A little side detour here. Phenomenal views. What looks like to be a very rough-looking fire lookout tower. Also brave. Arthur Gerald Ibitzo. There's a fish there. It's a fire lookout. Pretty small. Not in great shape. That stop was exactly what we needed. Get out of the bugs, get out of the thick forest, and get some views. We'll get through the final stretch to Manson Creek. And we've made it. We're almost there.
Now this is like being back home in the coop. I didn't expect this type of forest in like this far north. It must have been horrible pushing this through with a cat. It's so bad. Watch that tree sticking out on your right. Okay, thanks. I'll just cut that out. Sean won't be able to make it around there. Don't think about it, maybe.
Then you turn left again at 0.5 on the Omar and go to the Tri-Stone. I think it crosses Baldy Trail at 16. So it should be pretty straightforward.
So we just follow this?
I hope. I hope. I mean, it should take us where we need to go. We'll find out, I guess.
Yep.
We've done that the whole way.
Yeah, pretty much. So the plan here is there's this cut block. We got information that we can bypass a section of the trail by kind of going through this cut block because there's a massive washout that is not passable. So that's what we're going to try and do. And then if we can get past this section, we should be almost at Manson Creek. I think we're going to make it. We just got our first look at Manson Creek on the other side of the valley here. We are very close.
Rolling into Manson Creek was a relief. We had no idea if we were even going to make it here just a day ago, and we've done it.
Some old equipment. Wow. Look at this. Hudson's Bay Company. drive. We made it to Manson Creek. Cool historical town. Hudson's Bay Company building there. That's pretty neat. Some old mining equipment here. There's still mining going on here up in the forest, which is interesting.
Of the communities built in the 1870s after gold was discovered in the region, only Manson Creek remains today. A small population even still lives here, 180 kilometers west of Mackenzie, and gold mining continues to this day.
Cool spot, eh?
Yep. Super big grass bushing in there. Don't make them like that on our homes.
Nearby Manson Creek are several beautiful lakes, something we were pretty happy to see after the lack of any waterfront camping on the trail.
All right, after checking out Manson Creek, we decided that we needed a lake to camp at, so we found ourselves a lake not too far from the town, off Forest Service Road here. There's a rec site here, some picnic tables, and a beautiful lake. It's a little bit cloudy, so I don't know if I'm gonna go swim in. We made it through the Baldy Trail. We got to Manson Creek. Mission accomplished. Super good adventure. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it costs you nothing, just a couple of seconds of your time, and it really helps me out. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Check out another video up here.
This has been one of our best adventures yet, one that'll stick with me for a long time to come. This has been The Story Till Now.